Hi, guys. I'm going to start letting everyone in and I'm going to mute you all. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes and then we're going to get started. I might not keep you guys on the whole time. See how fast I can talk. All right. 2 more minutes. Okay, 1 more minute. All right, so I am going to get started. I'm going to start off with a quick couple of questions. I'm kind of going to do this every meeting, the same questions, just to keep you guys all on track. And then I'm going to talk about the effects of alcohol because I was going through people's logs and there's nothing wrong with drinking at all. But you also have to balance out and weigh out what you're willing to give up to reach for your goals. So I'm going to talk about that. And then I'm going to talk about late night snacking, if time allows. And all these things I'm going to touch on so that I don't dwell on one thing today. So first thing is, are you hitting, and I questioned this in the app also, but are you getting shout outs in the nutrition group? Are you getting them every day? Are you getting them once a week? Are you getting them Monday through Friday, but not Saturday, Sunday? You should be getting them every single day. Make a habit. Start doing it every single day. Every single day, hitting your nutrition goal means you're hitting your macros, which means you're going to see your body change. Whether it be the scale, your clothes. The whole point of the shout outs is so that you see you're hitting your numbers, so that everybody else sees you're hitting your numbers, and so I see you're hitting your numbers. It's not something I pick and choose and say, oh, Vince hit his numbers, so I'm going to give him a shout out. It's automatic. And that's not even the 10 gram over under rule. That's 20% of your macros of what I give you. So everybody should be getting a shout out every day. And I asked you guys, is your name on this list? If not, let's have a conversation. Let's chat. Let's figure out why. Not one person messaged me. I want to help you guys. I want you all to be successful. This session ends on July 15th, the shred into summer. Not the people that started summer shred for teachers, but the shred into summer ends on July 15th. That's like 3 weeks, right? Give or take a day or two. So this is the opportunity to figure out how to get your name on those shout outs. Of course, you can stay on for the next session, which is summer shred, or shredded summer, I think it's called. So are you hitting your macros within the 10 grams over under protein, carbs, fats 4 to 7? Are you adding in your alcohol correctly? Because that's huge. If you are just scanning your blue moons, is it blue moon? High noons, and you're just scanning your Trulies, you're not doing it correctly. You cannot scan alcohol. Alcohol is only carbs or fats or both. And there's an alcohol group that I gave you the calculations. Are you doing cardio at least 120 minutes a week, plus 2 to 3 strength training sessions a week? Think about it. If you're not, maybe you can start adding a couple of minutes into your routine. I'm not telling you to go right into it because if you're not doing it, but think about what you can do to reach that goal. Are you drinking your water? Half your body weight in water every day in ounces. Are you staying engaged, watching the weekly Zooms, coming to the meetings, contributing when I ask questions, non-scale victories? What are you doing for fitness? What's your favorite protein? Those are being engaged in the app is what's going to help you be successful. I know I say it all the time, and joining these meetings, it's what's going to help you be successful. Okay. So I'm going to ask those questions I'm going to post it up on my wall. So I typed it up, and I'm going to post it and say it every meeting before we start. At some point, it's going to click to somebody. So that's why I repeat it. Okay. So let's talk about alcohol. It's not going to be a long topic. I don't have a lot to say. So if you don't drink, I apologize. I don't drink, but it's an important topic because people do drink, whether it's very socially, once a week, maybe twice a week, maybe 2 drinks once a week, whatever it is. People are very social with alcohol. So I feel like I need to talk about it. Alcohol is considered empty calories because there's no protein at all, period. It does nothing for you. 0. It has hardly any nutrients. Don't let those advertisements fool you. Vitamin beer, I don't know. Low calorie wine, like Kim Crawford has low calorie wine. It's the same shit. You're still going to have to divide it by the numbers that you have to divide it by, depending on what you're doing. So a night out with a couple of drinks adds up in calories, right? One drink is maybe 70 to 90 calories. Then you have 2, then you have 3. Now, let's say you had 3 drinks, it's 300 calories. You divide it by 4. Now you've drank 80 carbs. How many carbs do you really get per day? And by the time you go out at night, you probably had all your carbs for the day. And a lot of times we don't realize when we have one drink, we want another drink. It's just easy that way. And a lot of times when we have drinks, we have mixers. And the mixers are full of sugar usually, which is more empty calories. Not as far as weight loss or anything, but alcohol affects your organs. You guys all know this. In order for your liver to filter all the toxins that you get from your foods and stuff, if you're drinking, it takes that much longer. It slows down the process, which in turn slows down the process of your metabolism. So alcohol doesn't slow down your metabolism. That's a myth, but it will do everything else. Your system will do everything else first, and then the alcohol, which is why it makes it seem like it's slowing down your metabolism. It stays in your system for 24 to 48 hours. So that's huge if you drink often enough. You know the saying beer gut? It's not a myth. It's a true thing. Foods that are high in simple sugars, such as found in candy, soda, beer, are high in calories, and the extra calories are stored in our belly. That's where our belly fat is. So if you see guys that have like that big belly, it's usually because they're alcohol. They drink beer, whatever it is. Consuming foods and drinks high in sugar will quickly lead to weight gain. Make sense? And we can't choose where the weight ends up, but it's usually in the abdominal area. Just like you can't spot lose weight, you can't choose to spot gain weight. Alcohol affects our judgment, obviously. You can't drive when you drink, right? But when you drink, it changes your thought and your thought process when you're eating. You don't realize it. You lose your inhibitions when you drink, and you're also drinking and just picking. A lot of times they just put food in front of you, and you don't realize you're picking as you're drinking. It also makes you want salty foods a lot of times. So that's where the nachos come in, and the nuts, and you just keep picking, and you're drinking, and you're picking. So you want to really be mindful of what you are doing. If you're the type of person that has total control, awesome. I'm not talking to you, but this is for everybody, for the masses, right? Alcohol is not good for sleep. I hear people say all the time, I drink my wine because it's like my bedtime drink. It helps me sleep. It might help you fall asleep, but when you drink alcohol, it's the worst kind of REM sleep. You actually don't ever even get into that. Alcohol leads to periods of wakefulness that you don't even realize. If you wore like an Oura ring or any of those things, it causes sleep deprivation. It'll cause impaired sleep. And when you don't have a good enough sleep, what happens? Your hunger hormones increase. We've talked about that before. So yes, it might seem like it's a great idea to have that nightcap before you go to sleep because it's going to help you sleep. But really, is it helping you sleep, not fall asleep? So somebody, and I want to talk about this because somebody did message me and say, if I were to drink an alcohol, what is the best alcohol to drink? So I'm going to name them. Number 1 is tequila, but it's a shot of tequila. It's not a margarita. Right? Then we're going to go vodka, whiskey, gin, and brandy. And these are all 1.5 ounce increments. So vodka is 100 calories for 1.5. Whiskey is 100 calories. Tequila is 100 calories, but it breaks down the quickest in your body. Gin is 115 calories and brandy is 100 calories. The problem with brandy is it's served after dinner with dessert. So you want to try to stay away from that. Okay, so that was my alcohol topic. Okay. Raise your hand if you are a nighttime or a late night snacker. Okay, cool. All right. I'm fine during the day, but after dinner, I love to snack. Does that sound familiar? You made it through a long day, a hectic day. You followed your plan. You worked hard to stay on track. You feel successful. You feel accomplished. You're proud of yourself. Now it's time to unwind and relax. Fast forward a few minutes later, you're mindless snacking, and suddenly your frustration kicks in because the snacking detour was not planned or tracked or logged. And you may start to feel your efforts of the day slip. Raise your hand if that ever feels, not this time, but maybe in the past, has that happened to you? Of course. So I'm going to give you ideas of how to manage that late night snacking. It may or may not work for you. You may or may not try one or all of them. I just want to see if anybody's trying. Whoops, I'm trying to see if anybody's trying to get in here. My phone keeps lighting up. Okay. Plan your late night snacking ahead of time. You guys all know I do that. I can open my log right now and my Yasso bar is in here. Every day. My Yasso bar is in here. Actually, I just have it copied over because I always have a Yasso bar, and I only buy the 100-calorie Yasso bars so that they don't have to change it ever. Because they have the 80s, they have the 120s, they have the higher ones. They have the ones that have the chocolate on the outside of it. I don't buy those because they just stay consistent with it. If you know what you're going to want is a late night treat, plan it in advance and incorporate it into your day. Make that snack or treat part of a planned day by adding it into your app or tracker ahead of time. Then design the rest of your meals around this special treat. How many of you have started to do that since you joined the program, since you started the Shred Tribe? Planned your late night snacking? Okay, so the ones that had their hand up, that late night snack, need to start putting that in ahead of time, right? Yes, you know I'm looking at you. Okay. Not tracking precisely. So let's say earlier in the day you had planned for something and maybe it changed and you want a higher fat treat after dinner. Think about what you might want or what you have in the house when you track it in the morning and bump it up a little bit. Add a little bit more fats. Leave yourself a little bit more fats or carbs for the end of the day, in addition to what you want for your snack, just in case it changes a little. I always tell you guys, plan ahead, plan ahead, plan ahead. If you just take 3 minutes and plan ahead with your late night snack, it will save you so much stress, so much disappointment, and you'll see your progress so much faster by setting yourself up for success and preparing and tracking it. Make it an experience, your late night snacking. So I used to, before I did the Yasso bars, I used to take a plain Greek yogurt. I used to mix in chocolate protein powder. I used to do the Lily's chocolate chips. I would mix it all up, put it in a bowl, sit at the counter, and I would eat that. And it would be like an experience. Oh my God, it's heaven. Tastes amazing. And then I found Yasso bars, which kind of are disappointing now because they're so much smaller. I gotta take my ponytail out because they're so much smaller now. So you don't feel like you're getting as much as you used to get. But I used to make it an experience. So think about all the things that go into your snack. Is it easy for you just to grab the chips? Is it that rewarding to you? Or take the chips out of the bag, put the chips in a cup. I always try to tell people not to eat out of containers. Even yogurt, try to put it in a bowl. I eat a lot of Ideal Nutrition. I take it out and put it on a glass plate. I don't eat it from the container. Even if I'm eating somewhere else, it's going on a paper plate. It feels more as a meal. It will feel more as a snack. It'll feel more fulfilling mentally doing it that way. So think about, what protein flavor do I want tonight? Should I put some strawberries in my protein shake or my protein, whatever I'm eating? What toppings can I add? Like I used to do the Lily's chocolate chips. Those are so good. If anybody hasn't had them, order them from Amazon. They're very good. How would this look, that my snack, if I took a picture of it to put it on Instagram or to share it in the Shred Tribe? Does it look like I just threw something together just because I just want to eat it? Or am I going to thoroughly enjoy this experience, this late night snack? If it's something you're throwing together, do you really want it? Did you account for it? Don't eat it. How much willpower do you have? Right? If you didn't account for it and you can't eat it, walk away from it. Think about it. You're already planning everything else out all day long. Why set yourself up for something that you didn't plan for? Which is why you plan for it. Avoid associating relaxing with late night snacking. It's kind of like when I say avoid your eating going out in social settings. Like when we go to Christmas events or Thanksgiving events or 4th of July barbecue is coming up, which we're going to talk about going to parties and eating out next Wednesday. But try not to associate those events with food. It's about being social. It's about being with the people you want to be with. So try to do that same thing. Disassociate snacking with relaxing. If you're in the mindset of, I can't wait to have a snack when I relax, flip it. I'm going to eat this snack and then I'm going to relax. Or I'm going to relax, and if I feel like having a snack, I'll get up and have a snack. But if you start joining it together once, you're going to start joining it together all the time. And then it's going to be like habit. And you're not going to be able to relax without the snack. Is your late night snacking on autopilot? Mine is. I can't lie. My Yasso bars are on autopilot. We know at 9 o'clock, if it's 9:01, I've already have my bar. But I account for it. I might not honestly be even hungry for it, but because I put it in my app and accounted for it, I have to eat it because I have to hit my numbers. But I feel like it just ends my day because it's on autopilot. Try to incorporate other relaxing things in your nightly routine that'll better align with your goals and are not food related. So stretching instead of sitting on the couch, going for a night walk after dinner, reading a book, meditating, and my favorite, journaling. Establishing a new habit that replaces a snacking could be the key to removing the trigger that is causing you to reach for the food. Hope you guys are all thinking about like what you do at night, like the process of your late night snacking. All right, saying goodbye to tempting food that's in your house. If you have food in the house that you have trouble saying no to, don't buy that food anymore. It is that simple. You only can have so much willpower. You're human. We can only say no to our favorite snacks that are sitting in the pantry how many times? Until they call you out. Vince, come drink my Pepsi. It's not Diet Coke, Coke. No, Pepsi. Take it off on mute.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Oh.
And I haven't had one since September.
Yay! Congratulations. I can't pick on you about it anymore now. Damn it. We'll pretend. Okay, so pretend the real Mountain Dew is in the counter. I mean, how many times could you pass it by, right? And so it's like, Vince, come drink me, come drink me. So if it's not there, you don't have that as an option. Think about these foods as not right now foods instead of never foods. So it's not like you never can have them, but not right now, not because you have to have, not because you want to have it as your association with relaxing. Depending on where you are in your journey or cutting weight or gaining weight, what are your goals and what is life throwing your way that might be stressing you out to want to late night snack? Maybe it's not the relaxing. You know, we already talked about that. Maybe it's the stress of the day. Get it out of the house so you don't think about it. And I talk about that with regular snacking too. If it's there, you're going to want it, put it in a box, lock it up, put it away. It's not there anymore. We don't want it. Having to say no every time your pantry is going into your pantry is going to be hard. More like torture. It will be a lot easier to say no at the store one time than in the pantry every time you go in it. So when you're at Publix or wherever it is that you shop, or you're on Instacart, or you're on Kroger's online, and you're like, buy now, add to cart. Think about it. Say no one time. Don't bring it into your house. If that isn't an option because so-and-so loves to have a specific snack at home, try creating a separate spot for that food on a hidden shelf or a high shelf or a hidden spot. Remember I told you I used to have Mike hide stuff so I wouldn't eat it? Same concept. Now I have to hide stuff from him. You can also speak to the person that you live with and say, you know, this is really hard for me to not have this blah, 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 blah. Do we really need to bring it in the house? I struggle at night. I feel like I really need to have it. If they say, yes, we really need to have it, well, then you're going to have to hide it. Ask them to hide it from you. We can't get divorced over snacks. I thought Ada was going to look up and laugh when I said that, but she didn't. She was too busy focusing on writing. I said, we can't get divorced over snacks. Okay. So when you're noticing a craving, when an urge to snack at night, take a break, pause for a minute, take a couple of quick breaths and ask yourself, am I actually hungry? Or is this just a habit of late night snacking while watching TV? And did I create this over time? Was this something I created when I was in college? When the kids were little, they went to bed, it's my turn to snack. They won't be able to see what I'm eating. I don't have to share it with anyone. You got to break that habit from that late night snacking. Visualize what you will feel like when you get in bed and when you wake up in the morning if you resist the temptation to snack versus if you give in. The scale probably wouldn't move if you gave into your snack. If it wasn't an accounted for snack, I wouldn't stress. I mean, if it was an accounted for snack, I wouldn't stress about that. But if it was something that you're like, oh my God, everybody came over for Father's Day. We had Fudgy the Whale. I did really good when everybody was here, but then everybody left and I just snacked late night snack. How are you going to feel in the morning? How are you going to feel if you leave it there and you wake up and you're like, I did not even touch that Fudgy the Whale? I use as an example because we did that. We had that and I didn't touch it. And I was so proud of myself when I woke up in the morning and then it was in the freezer. And I said, this has to go in the garbage. And so that was a Sunday, was Father's Day. Our garbage comes Monday. It sat in the freezer till Wednesday night. Every freaking time I went in there to get my ice packs for my lunchbox in the morning, I had to look at Fudgy the Whale. And at one time in my life, I would have opened up the container, put a spoon in it at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it would have been the most amazing start to my day. And I obviously it hit me because Father's Day was what? How many weeks ago? Oh, it was just this week, last week, right? So, it must have not have been Father's. It must have been a birthday cake. It wasn't Fudgy the Whale. It was ice cream cake, but it wasn't Fudgy the Whale. Anyway, it killed me. So do not so start thinking about why, not do not. So start thinking about those things that are in the refrigerator and how to stop yourself from doing that. Are you actually hungry? Visualize what you're going to feel like. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel when I start my day the next morning? How many of you have snacks in your house right now that you wish you didn't have in your house? I don't know who else's hands are up, but okay, now put your hands down. And how many of you are going to take those snacks and get rid of them? Good, good, good. And how many of you are going to start tracking your late night snacking first thing in the morning to make sure that you can have your late night snacking? There used to be somebody that did Dove chocolate. And she had to have a piece of Dove chocolate every single night. And the first thing she said to me when she started the program was, I don't think I could do this program because I have to have a Dove piece of chocolate square every night. And I said, well, this is not a diet. This is a lifestyle change. And if you need to have that every night, then you have it every night. If that's what's going to get you through the entire day, knowing that you can have that piece of Dove chocolate, then you freaking have it every day. And she is on maintenance and she has lost 72 pounds and she has kept it off. And still has her Dove chocolate every single night. She's not in the app anymore, but I see her all the time and she messages me all the time. She's like, I still eat my Dove chocolate every night. I'm like, that's awesome. You made it part of your lifestyle. So don't cut yourself off from a late night snack if it's something you enjoy, but you have to know that this is something that you have to account for. And don't get sad or mad or upset at yourself because you have to have a late night snack. Nasim is not in here right now, but every night when Nasim was more engaged in the app and we were just coming out of COVID and stuff, we would literally send pictures of ourselves with our Yasso bars cheering. She lives in California. And we would, I would send her one, she would send me one, and we would cheers every night, our Yasso bars. It made me feel good. It was, and that probably was why I still do it. It's a good memory for me. But like I said, I have it tracked out till I can't even tell you. And then like when I went away to Miami, I didn't get the Yasso bar, but I went and had gelato and I made sure that it was the same calories. So I just pulled out some of the gelato. I didn't eat the whole gelato, but I had already counted for my Yasso bar. So definitely account for your late night snacking if you feel like you have to do it. If it's something you want to stop doing, I can help you stop doing it. I can give you ideas of how to stop doing it one-on-one. If you're hungry after dinner and you don't have food left, it usually means that you're not eating volume food. And that's because someone just messaged me. Sometimes I late night snack because I'm hungry. Think about it. Are you hungry? Are you eating a quarter of a cup of broccoli at dinner? Have a full cup of broccoli. That's like nothing. I eat a whole bag, family size, usually, of broccoli or spinach at every dinner. It's volume food. Yes, when I'm done, I feel like I have a food belly or a food baby, but it's not extra calories. It's not extra macros. I'm full, and then I probably wouldn't want the Yasso bar, but I still eat it. I eat it regardless. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is, I eat a Yasso bar every night. But if you think you're hungry, then you need to start volume eating more. And if people want me to talk about that, I'll talk about that the next meeting. But I have 5 minutes left to the meeting, and I said I wasn't going to take the whole meeting. And I actually have a swollen gland, and it hurts when I talk a lot. So I'm trying to cut it down a little bit. Next week's meeting is going to be about going to families' homes, barbecues, going out for dinner, parties, events, holidays. How to make it easier because 4th of July is coming up. Also, mark on your calendars, Saturday, August 12th, only if you live locally, by the way. Saturday, August 12th, Orange Theory Fitness is having a 50th birthday celebration for me. Everyone is welcome. You do not have to be a member of Orange Theory Fitness. You don't have to work out. One of our Shred Tribe members and one of our Orange Theory members, same person, Jenna, was recently diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. So if you come to the party, we're asking for a breast cancer donation to breast cancer awareness. If you plan on coming and doing the workout, whether you're a member or not, you have to sign up for the class. So if you plan on coming to that Saturday night, it's from 7 to 10 and the workout is 7:30 to 8:30. You actually have to sign up on the app if you're a member. It doesn't count as a class. It won't take one of your classes away. And then you just come and make your donation. And if you're not a member and you want to come, which a lot of people that are in the Shred Tribe are not members have already messaged me because I've been talking about it a little bit. Just message me and I will put you in to make sure you have a spot if you want to take the workout. Otherwise, you can just come and hang out. We have a DJ. It's a glow party. It's going to be super, super fun. All right. So I'm going to let you guys all go. Oh, wait, there's a comment. Let me just read that real quick. I haven't been wanting to have a snack at night since I started. I plan for a Jell-O or chocolate pudding. So are you planning for it, but you just haven't had it, or now you're going to start planning for it? I don't know who it is. It just says iPhone. If you have like 2 minutes if you want to message back on there. I'm not sure if that means now they are going to plan on having Jell-O or chocolate pudding, or they just haven't had one, wanted one. I don't understand the comment. I haven't been wanting to have a snack at night since I started. I plan for a Jell-O or chocolate pudding. So you put it in your app, but you're not having it, is what I'm gathering. So if it's in your app, you should be eating it. Don't leave food uneaten because you've already accounted for those macros. Sugar-free Jell-O doesn't have anything, so it wouldn't matter if you had it or not. All right. I don't know who that was, and I can't answer because I don't know what the actual question was. Or if you were just making a statement, maybe you were just making a statement. Okay, I am going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. You are awesome. It is being recorded. I will put it up on the YouTube. Remember, next week's all about events and all that fun stuff. Have an amazing Wednesday night. Remember, always be badass, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.